Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to deep dive into use effect hook in a React.js. So in this video we are going to understand completely the concept of use effect in a React.js. So I will show you what we are going to learn in this video to handle this hide effect on the client side. So side effect means like API calling, DOM manipulation. Okay, so these things are come under the side effect. Okay, and this side effect we basically handle with the use effect. Okay, and in this video we are going to see a different example of use effect. Okay, so first we will start with the basic example of use effect. Okay, then we will go to the advanced level. Okay, so first we will see the basic use effect example, then we will see the some rules of use effect, means how to use the use effect in a React functional component. Okay, then we will see the use effect with the dependency list. Okay, I will explain like what is dependency list once we jump into the VS Code. Then we will basically see an example like how we can fetch the data from API. Basically it's like mimicking the component did mount that we had in the class based component. Okay, so in a React hook we have a use effect where we can use to fetch the data from the API. Okay, then we are going to mimic the component did update with the use effect. Means in a class based component we had the life cycle called component did update, and this life cycle only execute when some certain conditions are met. So uh, similarly we are going to basically mimic the component did update with use effect with some example. Okay, and at last we will see how you can write a use effect as a cleanup function. Means again we are going to basically mimic the component will unmount life cycle that we had in the class based component. Okay, so use effect basically only only handle this component did mount, component data update, and the component will unmount. Only these three life cycle we can uh, mimic with the same use effect. Okay, and this video is going to be quite long, and but if you watch this video completely, then you will have completely idea on how to use effect, how to work with the use effect in your React application. So it's like a complete guide of use effect only, and it will be wholly focused on use effect. Okay, we will be also using some use state here, and I have already created a deep dive use state a video. You can watch that video. I will provide the link in the description. Okay, and so before jumping into the VS Code, if you haven't subscribed this channel, then please subscribe this channel to get more video like this. Okay, so let's jump into the VS Code. So guys, I have already set up the project, and I have already made the video on use state. Okay, so these codes are related to use state only, and I will be working only in this structure. Okay, so if you haven't watched that video related to use state, I have given the link in the description. Please check out that link. But if you still wanted to continue only from this, then you have to just set up your code. So you can go to the VS Code and just create a brand new project, npx create React app and your app name. Okay, so it will install some dependency, and within 5 minutes your project will be ready. Then you have to go to the cd app name. Okay, after that you have to do just npm start. And I have did one more thing. So I have used bootstrap here. Okay, so you have to just copy this one and you have to just paste in the index.html. Okay, so I will create one more folder here like use effect example. Okay, so use effect example. So in this we will have lot of use effect files. Okay, so let's come over here app.js and just remove everything, and I will just comment this one, and I will just name the heading use effect. Okay, let's see in the browser. Let's reload. Okay, so it's compiling. Okay, it's compiled. Now I will create one file here. So I will give the name use effect basic.js, and I will create a React snippet with the extension. So you can download this VS Code extension so that you will be able to generate the React snippet just like I did. Okay, now I will import the use state. I have already explained the use state with a lot of working example, so you can watch that video. Okay, and sorry, and I will have one value here, state set value use state, and the value will be 0. So it will be a very basic counter application. And style I will give margin top 50 pixel, h4, and the value. Okay, and we will having one button, and I will have one class name here. So button sorry, btn access. So this is a bootstrap class name, and I will give the add. Okay, let's first see whether it's render or not. So I will come here and use effect. So VS Code automatically import in my case. If it doesn't in your case, then you have to manually import the file like this way. Now let's come here and see. Okay, so we are able to see. Okay, so it won't work because we haven't tried any handler. Okay, so come to this one and put one console log here. Okay, console log. Okay, component render, and we will having one use effect hook. Okay, and I will call the console log here like use effect called. Okay, and on button click and write the on click, I will basically create basically increase the value by 1. Okay, So let's go to the browser and open the console log. So I will open the console here. So you can see that. Let's reload once again. We are getting set name, use state multiple. Okay, don't worry about that. That is from a different file. Okay, so what we have to do, let's increase. So you can see that this component render is called and use effect called. So use effect called on every render. So whenever you do a re-rendering, this use effect will get called, and this console log will also get called. Now increase the one. Now you can see that our component is re-render, and use effect is also called because on every re-render use effect will get called. Okay, so this is the very basic example of use effect. Okay, and the one thing I wanted to show you that uh, you cannot basically uh, call the use effect conditionally. So if you want like value greater than 1, and if you put the use effect inside this, you cannot do that one. Okay, look, you cannot do that one. Okay, but you can do one thing. So I will just revert this one, and value greater than 1, and if value is greater than 1, then document dot title, and I will give message, and I will give the value. Okay, so okay, so you can see I click. Okay, again it's console log. Okay, and 1 second, I'll reload, and if I click, you can see that title is still React app. Okay, and after clicking once again add, so now the title is changed. So this way you can execute some code in use effect conditionally, but you cannot put the entire use effect in a if condition. Okay, and one more thing I wanted to tell you about, like use state is doing two things here. So first it's preserve the value between the render, and the second thing, use state trigger the re-rendering component. Okay, that's why we are getting this log and this log. Okay, so this is the very basic use effect example, and we have also saw some rules of use effect, and you can also you cannot do these things. So if you cannot do this thing with use effect. Okay, so you have to always uh, put use effect inside the function. Okay, so this is the basic example of use effect and some general rule of use effect, like what you can do and what you cannot do with the use effect. Okay, now we will see the example of API calling. Okay, so I will create on another file. I will give the name use effect api.js. Okay, again I will generate react snippet. Okay, rfc. Okay, and again I will use the use state and use effect. Before working with the API, we need to install one package called npm install axios. Okay, we need this package to make a API call. So let's wait for it. Let's do some coding here meanwhile. So I will declare one state data dot set data and use state. Okay, and this will be empty array. Okay, so basically to show you the example of use effect with API, we have to basically make a call with the fake API. So I'll be using the fake API here. So my package installed. Okay, let's close this terminal. I will go to the browser and I will come down this and I will use this API. Okay, now I have copied this URL and it's returned the some JSON data. Okay, now use effect. Okay, and in the use effect we have the second array. Okay, which I will talk later. Okay, what I mean basically what it does. Okay, so you just keep it as empty. If you keep empty means it will only render on the first time, and also it will render whenever you do a re-rendering of component. Okay, so let's get the response. So let response. So I will do this in this way. Const load data. Okay, and load data, and we need to define, one second, we need to define the function here which will be basically loading the data. Okay, so it will be async await I will use, and let response is equal to axios. So axios is automatically import axios dot get. I will copy this API and I will set the data. So response dot data. Okay, and I can call this load data here. So let's, and I will display the data. So I will check if data is there, then only display the data. Data dot map. So I will just print the title. Okay, from this array of object. So data dot map, I'll have item h5 item dot title. Okay, let's see. Okay, we need to import that file in app.js. So I will comment this one, and VS Code automatically give me the suggestion to import the file. Let's see, we are getting, okay, we are not getting. Let's see the network tab. Okay, network tab, I will see why it's not showing or no. Oh, sometime network tab. So we are successfully able to call and we are getting the data here in network tab, but we are not getting the data here. Okay, so what you can do here, you can just console log to just see the what is the structure of data. Okay, I will again reload the page. I will do console. Okay, I have done some coding mistake. I haven't done the await here, sorry, my mistake. Now we are able to fetch the data with the help of use effect. Okay, and it's saying each child in a list should be unique key, so you can use this id as a key. So here you can use that key, item dot id, so you won't get that warning. Okay, so we have see the example of use effect. Okay, now in use effect we will see multiple return. Okay, so what is mean by multiple return? So I'll show you what does it mean. Okay, so now const, I will have one more state here, loading, set loading, use state, and initially it will be false. Okay, so once it loads, then I will make this set loading to true. Okay, after that, once it got the data, I will make this set loading to false. Okay, and let's return here. So I will check if loading is true, then return a loading. Okay, so loading x will return. Okay, so you can see that for a brief moment loading is coming. I will show you by slowing down the network if you are interested. Okay, so I will slow down the network. Now you will see the loading properly. You can see that loading is coming properly. I will revert back the setting. Okay, so it will be no throttling. Okay, you should also make that one. It's just for learning purpose. So you also saw that we can return a multiple we can basically return a multiple JSX with use effect also. So now the next thing we want to show you how you can mimic the component did update, and this we have implemented component did mount. Okay, so this is exactly what component did mount do in a class based component. So I hope you have understand completely this use effect concept. Okay, now we'll be move on to understand component did update, where we will also understand what is this array. Okay, this is a dependency list, and if you pass some variable here, then now we'll be also talking about the dependency list. Okay, like if you pass any variable in this dependency list, then this use effect will only run when the value is getting changed. Okay, so let's see that example also. So I will create one more file, use effect. Okay, use effect, what I will give name here, use effect conditional. Okay, conditional. Okay, so I will again generate React snippet, and what I will do, I will just copy, I think, almost everything. Okay, so just copy everything. We need two things: use state, use effect. Okay, and to demonstrate the use effect conditional, like component did update, I will use this fake API. So come over here, I will use this API. I will use. Okay, so it's fetch the host of the specific ID. Okay, so let's do all the coding stuff. So I will have loading, I will have a data, and the data this time will be in the object. It will be empty load data, and I will just change the name, this one. So I need to provide ID here. Okay, so ID will be a dynamic. Okay, so we need to implement a form here. Okay, so I will have one logic here: set ID, use state, ID will be 0. Okay, and I will do, I'll use backtick here. Okay, and just let's get rid of this. I will use style, display flags, justify content, center. I'll have input, class name will be form control, type will be number only, value ID on change. So on change I will set the ID. Okay, e dot target dot value. We need also a form here. Okay, and I will close the form here. We will have a style, width 30%. I will have button, class name btn primary, and submit. Okay, and the type will be submit. Okay, so just render the component. Okay, so I will come to app.js file. I will comment this one, use, what is the use effect conditional. Let's see whether we have any error or not. Okay, access is not defined, no problem. We will bring the access. Okay, yeah, it will keep loading because we are not giving the ID. Okay, so we have to write a logic for that. Okay, so already ID we had already. Okay, so as of now just comment this one. Let's see. Okay, let's make little bit. Okay, let's remove the style. I don't think we need. Okay, now let's just give some break here, so we have some space between button and input field. Okay, and I will also give some margin here, so I will use class name mb3. Let's see. No effect, so I will give margin top 50 pixel. Okay, now what we can do, so guys, here we don't need this button. This button is not required here. Okay, so I'll remove this button. Okay, and what I will do, you can see that whenever we are increasing, or you can give, so we are getting the response of the specific ID. So we just need to show this data. Okay, so we can show the data like this way. After div we can show the data like if we have the data, then if we have the data, then we are going to show. Okay, so I can show the data dot title. Couple of 3 times I'm copying, so we need to show the title, body and user ID. Okay, so first let's show the user ID. Let's see the property. No, ID only. ID, title we have only already, and body. Okay, we got error because we need one parent tag here, so I'm giving the fragment. Okay, so if I give the 2, so you can see that we got the data. Okay, let's put outside this div. Okay, I'll give fragment here, and I will put this outside of this div. Now let's see. So, and I will also put the console log in the use effect, so you will get a better understanding. Use effect called. Okay, so now I will see. Okay, I will reload. So you can see the use effect is getting called for the first time render. Okay, now this use effect called only when we have the ID. Okay, so you can see that use effect is getting called. Okay, so this is the like component did update. Okay, so you can saw that a use effect is getting called whenever we do any change here. Okay, now if I remove this ID from here. Let's see what happened. So let's clear this one. We are not getting any post because this use effect only called after the first render. After that it's not making call. Okay, that means you can see that use effect is getting called only once, and if I give the ID, it's not getting called. Use effect is not executing anymore because we haven't passed any dependency on which dependency it should watch. So we have to pass the ID. So whenever the ID is changed, the use effect will run again and again. Okay, on the basis of ID change. Okay, so if I give 5, I will give the related post of user ID 5. Okay, so I hope you understand this use effect concept, how you can mimic the component did update with the help of use effect. And the next thing we are going to see how we can implement the cleanup function as a use effect. So guys, let's create one more file here, like use effect cleanup. Okay, and I'll just copy this one. Sorry, just generate the React snippet. So I will import the use state use effect. Okay, and I will size. Okay, I will explain you. Set size use state. So let's keep it empty. That will be fine, I guess. And not empty. We need to define window dot inner width. Okay, now class name, sorry, let it be div, and window size, and h4 size pixel. Okay, let's put in app.js file. Use effect cleanup. Let's see. So you can see that we have got the Windows size 946 pixel. Okay, so if you decrease the width, this width are not decreasing, but you can saw that here it's decreasing. Okay, but if you refresh, you will get the updated width. Okay, because this is happening because we are not listening the resize function. Okay, we have to listen this resize function. Okay, so let's come here and write one use effect. So inside use effect, I will add a event listener, and I will listen the resize. Okay, and I will pass one function. Okay, check size. Okay, check size, set size, and I will do window dot inner width. Okay, now let's let's see. I will refresh. Now I will increase. You can see this height is increasing, okay, and if you decrease, it decreases. So it's updated while increasing or decreasing the width of screen, okay. You might think that like okay, we have solved the issue, okay, but we have another issue, okay. I will show you. So I will just make it down here. Now if you go to this area, event listener, and if you open this resize, you can see that we have called this is listener resize many times, okay. I mean, in like it's like infinite time we have called this resize, okay. This is not a good practice because in a bigger application we might have a memory issue, and this is causing a memory issue, this approach. So to avoid the memory issue in an application, we have to use a cleanup function. So we can use the use effect as a cleanup function. So what we can do, return window dot. So once we are done with resizing, then we are going to remove the event listener, okay, that we have attached, okay. Okay, so I will put one console log here, so you will get more clarity. Cleanup, and this will use effect. I will put in double quotes. Okay, now reload. I will do this way. Let's do this way, it's better. So I have resize this one, okay, and we can also do this way. So just make it this way, okay. So you can see that we have done many time resizing here, but if you look at the element, so I will go to the element part, event listener, sorry, event, and if you go to the resize and look, we have only called one time, okay. We have only called one time. Earlier it was huge, there was huge count of this resize function calling, okay. So we have basically clean up after every time, okay. Means once the user done with the resizing, we are just removing the event listener, okay. So that's what we are doing here. And if you come to the console, you can see we are calling the cleanup function whenever a user is done with the resizing of the window size, okay. So this that's it guys from this video, and I hope you have understand completely the concept of huge effect. So we have a basic example of huge effect, then we have as rules like how you should use a huge effect in a function based component. Then we how you can fetch the data from API with the help of huge effect. Then we how you can mimic the component data update life cycle with the help of huge effect. And at last we saw that cleanup functionality, how you can implement the cleanup functionality with the help of huge effect. So far now we can only mimic component did mount, component did update, and component will unmount. this 3 life cycle we can mimic with the huge effect hook. Okay, so I hope you understand a lot from this video, and if you like this video, then please hit the like button and subscribe the channel as well. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Bye bye.